Howdy folks, Doc here with Last Best Tool, and Milwaukee Tools has a threaded rod nut runner here. This is a fairly new tool for them. It's a pretty beefy kind of tool, a lot of density here, a lot of metal inside there. But what we have is a tool that's designed to spin nuts on threaded rods, and only 3/8" rods like this, and only 9/16" fasteners that fit in here. And as you can see, it rides a little above it. There's a reason for that. But there are other fasteners that fit on 3/8" rods that don't fit in here. And of course, then you can't use it on smaller or larger rods. It's only 3/8. And the benefit of this is you can put it on an impact driver and then use the spinning mechanism combination here to run the nuts. They say up to 9 times faster, and I'm thinking 9 times faster than what? Because it's awfully fast. Now, I did do a video on this snap-on socket that is also used for running nuts, and this one's a surface drive socket, and the idea here is that you leave the tool spinning as you engage different fasteners. So this can be used on assembly line work, so you don't have to stop the tool before you engage the fastener. This one you absolutely have to stop it, and because it's on the end of your impact, this whole thing can spin if it gets out of control or slides off the end, or even if you run out of a little bit of stabilizing rod that fits into this channel, this metal channel here. But the way this works is, obviously, if you've got a nut and you want to run it for, if you're doing suspended ceilings or cable trays or anything where you've got long threaded rods, and that's why we have these things, and what you want to do is be able to run it up the rod quickly, and then often there's a lot of rods and you might be leveling and things like that. So once it's in there, you want to start out slow because this thing wobbles around inside there until enough of that rod gets into that stabilizing channel. Now it's in there nice and solid. So you can run that pretty fast. Now, once it's in there, if you can either pull the rod all the way out, or what I found is if I add a little tiny bit of pressure and then spin this thing, I can catch it. Just like that, and the rod slides out. Now, without using the reversing selector, if I wanted the nut off, I can just flip this tool over, and then catch this right in there, lock it in, and then spin it off, if that's what I'm trying to do. For a $60 tool, it's $59 and change. It is a lifesaver, I guess, if you have to do a lot of nut running. Real simple design. I know other companies also make these things. Now, it also does another thing, and that is that it can lift, and they say up to 100 pounds. So what that means is, if I had I'll just build something here real quick. In this case, I'm going to use my reverser. That's what I mean when it gets near the end. But what I can do is I can put a weight on here, or a tray, or whatever. I'll just throw a big socket on there, and some other stuff here, a couple of washers, and then this nut. And this is why it sits up above the mechanism. So once I'm in there, lined up, and I'll do it this way. What I can do is I can literally lift the cable tray so I don't have to slide it up and clamp it in place and then run the nut up. Whereas if you're ever doing it by hand, that's adding the resistance, makes it more difficult. But anyway, kind of a neat little tool for a specialty purpose. Milwaukee's really going at it, kind of in these niche markets. But I imagine the price is because of the machining and the way that they designed this thing, to be so solid. It does have the shockwave stem here, so it does use kind of their shockwave technology for impact drivers to reduce some of the stress. But anyway, there it is, the 3/8" threaded rod nut runner by Milwaukee. Let me know your thoughts. And with that, Doc out.